All right, welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III here with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. I hope you're having an amazing week. I had some thoughts that I just got done working out, and I actually had some thoughts that I wanted to share with you. I've had the benefit, and actually I made the decision to work out a couple times a day. You know, I had one of my sons, Isaac, started hitting the gym, and he really started bulking up, and I started thinking, man, I gotta get my act together. But then, luckily for me, I was able to ship him off to the Air Force Academy, and so now he is actually stationed out in North Carolina, and I don't have to compete with him in the gym, which is great. But have it or not, luck on my side. Now my son Jaron, who's 15, is hitting the gym, and man, he's bulking up quick. So I hope he's not listening to this and found out that I'm hitting the gym twice, but I've got to keep one step ahead of these kids. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about your belief, because your belief is going to determine your results in anything in life. No matter what you're going to do, your belief is going to make the difference. It's going to be the difference factor for you. And you know, I'm a big believer that success is a journey. It's not a destination. But you know, you've got to be able to progress along the way and see successes and wins and results, or else it's going to get very, very discouraging, right? And each one of us has a journey that's a little bit different. Each one of us is going to overcome different challenges, different obstacles. You know, it might be our environment, might be our health, might be our relationships. It might be our circumstances, our skills, our opportunities, whatever it is. Each of us will have completely different, you know, obstacles that we have to come over. And I was thinking about some of the obstacles that we have to overcome as entrepreneurs or fathers or parents or whatever it is, right? And, you know, right at the top of the list, there's things like fear and doubt, confidence, lack of confidence, right? Or self-esteem. You know, we have these things like imposter syndrome, where we don't feel qualified enough to do things, or we don't feel like we're good enough. And then there's doubters, there's naysayers, there's haters, especially if you're on social media nowadays and you're trying to put yourself out there. There's people that will discourage you. And the environment, right? With COVID, with all kinds of different economic or social type cultural differences, you know, there's so many things that can keep you from success, from results, and work against your, you know, your mindset, right? And we want to create results, but we have all these obstacles. It might even be our skill sets or our lack of things. In fact, you know, Tony Robbins talks about that there's really only two things that hold you back. One is resources, and one is resourcefulness. And if you have resourcefulness, you can get the resources. And so those are the things that generally hold you back. But now, I've had the experience of working with, you know, millions of people around the world doing events for financial education, personal development. I've worked with a lot of different mentors and individuals. And I've found that there is actually one thing that goes to the top of the list. The one obstacle that absolutely will be the thing that keeps you from being successful. And that is your belief, your belief level. Now, why is this? Well, look, they've done studies. They've done studies that have shown that there's this belief cycle that we go through. And the belief cycle it kind of goes like this. Your level of belief, whatever your level is that you believe, the amount you believe in what you're doing, will determine the resources that you put into the event that you have. And those resources will then determine actions that create results. And you know, and I've had times in my life where I reverse those around, and my belief will create certain actions that I will apply to resources to create results. But what I mean by that is this. If you have a very low internal level of belief in what you're doing or your ability to create success, you're probably not going to take very many actions or put very many resources, meaning your time, your energy, your money behind it. And what do you think is going to happen? You're not going to get the results. And your level of results is always your experience, and your result is always what creates your belief. So if you're not putting much time and energy or effort into things that you're doing, you're not going to get very many results. Therefore, your belief's not going to grow. And, you know, as human beings, we tend to want to be right. So if we don't believe something's going to work, you know what it's like. You're like, I don't think that's going to work. I'm not going to put much time and energy into it. And then you don't get very many results, and you say, see, and your belief just gets validated. However, If you can find ways to increase your belief, even before, maybe through faith or whatever, even before you actually have the experience to solidify that belief, if you can increase your belief, your actions and your resources are going to be increased. And by default, you're going to get more results. And the more results you get, the bigger your belief grows. And the cycle goes on and on. More belief gives you more action and more resources. When you really believe in something, you're going to put a ton of time in. If I told you what you were doing in business right now could create a 7-figure income in the next 30 days if you were to put 80 hours a week in, or, put investment capital in, would you do it? If you believed it, yeah, you would absolutely do it. If you didn't, you wouldn't put time and energy in. And so what happens is our level of belief determines our actions and resources that we put in things, but that in turn creates our results, which either keep our belief levels where they are or grow our belief levels. So the number one key, I want you to listen to me when I say this. The number one key for you is to find ways to increase your belief. Because if you'll increase your belief, even before you have the experience to justify it, you're going to get more results because you're going to put more action, time, resources, and energy into it, right? More resourcefulness, as Tony Robbins would say. So here's the thing. There's 2 ways that I've found myself personally to increase belief. Number 1 is daily rituals, and we've talked a lot about this. Daily rituals mean the more you learn and grow and master a skill, the more confident you're going to be, the more you're going to believe in your results. So growing and learning and studying, it's like all of these prosperity pillars that I talk about. Also, the more time you put into something, the more your belief's going to grow. Positivity, surrounding yourself with positive people, arming yourself with the right resources, finding ways to commit the time and the energy. Those are all things, those are all daily rituals and disciplines that can help you to increase your belief. But I believe there's a shortcut, and I talked about this. There's very, very few times ever in life that I will talk about shortcuts, because I believe that's a big problem with a lot of entrepreneurs, is they're looking for shortcuts. But if there was a shortcut, it would be what I'm going to tell you right now. If there was a shortcut to increase your belief and create more results, it would be one thing. It would be belief transference. Let me say that again. Belief transference is the best way to increase your belief in a fast, effective way. And when you increase your belief, you'll increase your actions and resources. Now, what do I mean by belief transference? Well, have you ever been around someone that's super successful, or someone that's really good at something that you're trying to do, or around someone that just makes it look easy? When you're around those kind of people that are successful, people that are positive, people that are action takers, it's easier to believe that things are going to happen. Have you ever experienced that? Have you ever experienced being around somebody that's so confident that they just get you to take action and you get more results? More importantly, when you're around people that have been successful, that have spent years and years and decades, trial and error, they know what to do in what situation, with what strategies, with what things. For example, if you're a trader, I know several very, very successful 7, 8, 9-figure stock investors, Forex investors, and they know what to trade, when to trade it, how to trade it to maximize return. See, they're professionals, they're successful, they're accomplished with what they're doing. And as a result, if you were to spend time with them and you were to be around them, you would get a degree of belief transference, meaning you would feel more comfortable and confident, you would see more success, and that success based on their experience is a shortcut for you, but it's something they took a lot of time to develop. That's something that will increase your belief, which will give you more results. So how do you get around this? There's really 2 ways. One is create a mastermind, find a mastermind. Napoleon Hill talked about in Think and Grow Rich, the number 1 principle he applied is a mastermind. 2 or more people working together in harmony to create a common result. And so being around people that are doing what you're doing, people that have been successful doing it, creating a mastermind, that's one way to do it. The other way is to get a mentor. When you, whether it's sports, whether, athletics, business, personal, professional, communication, sales, when you can get a mentor, someone that's been there and done that. I mentor several clients. I don't do as many as I would like to do, But when I mentor clients and they get a challenge and a problem that I've dealt with 100 times, it's so much quicker for me to help them get through that. And that's the power of a mentor. So let me just recap for you what I'm talking about here. I believe that belief is going to be the number one thing holding you back from what you want in life, period. And increasing your belief is the number one way to get what you want. And so because of the actions and resources and things you're going to put into it and the results you'll attain. So what you have to do is you have to work on building your belief. And we'll maybe spend some more time on this later in the week, but you do that through daily rituals. And if you want the shortcut to it, you do it through belief transference with a mastermind or with mentoring. That's my message for today, and I hope you'll take it to heart. I hope you'll realize just how important it is to have belief and constantly in your day work on your level of belief. And I hope that's something that'll help you. I want you to do me a favor. Please share this podcast. Post it in your stories. Tag me in it at The Daily Mastermind. That's on Facebook or Instagram. Tag me in it and then reply back to this or reply in the comments and let me know what it is you struggle with the most and what you think about this idea of belief. That's my message for today. This has been The Daily Mastermind. My name's George Wright III, and I will look forward to talking with you more tomorrow. Have a great night.